Did you just get a mini projector and you're wondering how to set it up for sewing and get it calibrated? Well, you're in the right place because that's what I'm going to go over today. I'm Sherith from Projector Sewing, and this channel has to do with everything about using a projector for cutting out your sewing patterns. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Today, I'm going to be resetting up my another mini projector. I have a different setup, so I thought this was a good time just to bring you along to see how I set up a projector. This works with any mini projector, whether you're setting it up on a tripod or a desk clamp mount, anything with a single point mount that's going to be mounted above your cutting surface. Today, I'm going to be using the mount, which I make at projectorsewing.com, specifically designed for sewing. And there's also the flex mount that will work as well. And that's how I'm going to set it up. So let's jump over and I'll show you putting it on the mount and getting it calibrated. This is my current setup. It is the HY 310X, and it is set up so the mount is directly above the center of my cutting table. Now for the sashimi that I'm going to set up, I'm going to be setting it up on the back mount, and that is just because of the offset of the screen of the projector. So if you don't know what the offset of your projector is, it's always a good idea just to hold it up where you want to mount it and make sure it's going to be positioned over your cutting mat where you want it before you put in your mount. Now, if you do order one of these mounts from me, I have an instructional video of how to set these mounts up along with the flex mount if you get the flex mount. So don't worry about that. It tells you how to set that up. And if you're on a tripod, it's not so much of a big deal because you can tilt it after you put your projector on. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be setting it up on the second mount here. I'm going to take down this one. And this is just because I do a lot of different setups. So you're only going to have one setup when you set up your projector for sewing. But I want you to be aware of the different positions that some projectors will be in. And that just depends on the settings of your projector that you get. I want to just take a closer look at my setup here. This is the mount that I have. And then I do have my cords running behind my pegboard. I just love the setup. It hides all the cords. I didn't have to do any electrical work. I know some people will put plugs in the ceiling, but keep in mind you will need an extension cord. Most projector power cords are not long enough. And so I just have this extension cord that runs down through the back and to a plug that I have on the bottom, but it makes it really accessible for the projectors that I put up. I also have an HDMI cord. This has a 90-degree HDMI attachment on there. This projector is wireless, but the most stable connection that you're going to get is from an HDMI. So I always like to just have that there, and I can connect wirelessly or with HDMI. So let's go ahead and get it set up. Now, do try to make the projector as square to your table as possible, meaning the lens is pointing straight down, the projector is level, but don't get too fussy about it. The calibration program that we're going to use today is going to fix all that. So I've just got it all set up and I'm ready to turn it on and connect it to my computer. It's best when you turn on your projector if you can work in a dim environment. I just closed some curtains. There's some light still coming in. You can see that. And when you get your projector on, make sure you go ahead and go to the settings, okay, here, and you need to change your projector orientation or where it's set up so that the right side is facing you. So you'll need to set up your screen so you do that. And it's going to be different on every projector, and it's going to be in the settings here. So if I just push settings, this one is, I would go down to all settings. And I would go to projector settings, and you would find the projector placement that is right for you, and you can just switch through them. You also want to make sure you turn off any auto keystone correction. I just make sure that's turned off before I calibrate. You can adjust the brightness until you're happy with how it's looking. And now we're ready to go ahead and connect and calibrate. I am going to connect using HDMI. So I'm just going to go ahead and push my little input button. And you can see HDMI there. And I'm going to go ahead and push OK, and it's already plugged into my computer. So it should go ahead and open up. And there we are. There are two main programs that we use now to automatically calibrate a projector for sewing. The first one is Project and Cut, available for download on desktops for a small low cost. And then there is patternprojector.com, which can be downloaded as a desktop app or used right from a browser. I do prefer to go ahead and install that app on my desktop. It also works using phones or iPads. So I'm going to be using patternprojector.com today, and I'll show you how I calibrate my projector. When you're calibrating, it is best if you have a cutting mat with some grid lines on it. The smallest I recommend is 24 by 36. I use a 30 by 60 inch mat that I absolutely love. But again, you just need something to be able to get square lines, and a cutting mat is a great way to do that. When you first come into Pattern Projector, go ahead and push the Reset Calibration button, and it's just going to bring that square back into the center of your screen. It's okay if your numbers are currently different than mine. They're going to be different later anyways. If you come up to the top, we're going to be entering full screen. You do want to calibrate in full screen. This next arrow will just kind of hide that menu so it's not getting in the way. And if at any time you need to bring it down, just click the arrow down. You can also invert the screen color so it's a little bit easier to see on your cutting mat. I'm going to use the white background today. The width is across, usually what we think of as the long side of the rectangle, but that's going to be considered the width, and then the height is going up here, just like a projector screen. If your cutting mat is in centimeters, you can change it to centimeters, or you can leave it in inches. My cutting mat is in inches, so I'm going to leave it at inches and line it up here. Next, let's take a look over at my cutting mat, and your projector might not be straight and even up to it. I do try to get it as straight as possible, but if it is skewed a little bit, don't worry. That is the magic of Pattern Projector. It is going to make this image square so that your patterns will project accurately. What we're going to do is we're going to need a measuring tape to measure the sides of the rectangle that we're making. And I do prefer not to use the mat here. We're going to use a measuring tape, a metal measuring tape, to measure that. And what we're going to do is we're going to move these four corners to make a large rectangle similar to the size of our image that is projected. We're going to get within about 4 inches from the edge. Don't go all the way to the edge of your image because it will be hard to see it all, but do go within about 4 inches of the edges to get the most accurate calibration you can. I have a wireless mouse, which I love. If you don't have a wireless mouse, I do highly recommend it. It makes calibrating a lot easier, because what we're going to do is we're going to click and drag to, and I'm going to use the corners of my cutting mat here to make a nice rectangle. Let's go ahead and hide that menu so I can get this rectangle up just a little bit higher on my mat. Again, within about 3 or 4 inches from that edge, and I'm even within 1 inch of my edge here. You don't want to just do a calibrate to just a small rectangle on your mat because it won't be as accurate outside of that rectangle that you calibrated. Okay, and I'm just looking to make a nice rectangle with square corners on my cutting mat. And using the grid lines on my mat does kind of help. There we go. Now, if you need to, you can click on each corner, and if you use the arrow keys on your computer, you can adjust that even slightly and get it closer. Now, some people tend to fiddle and fiddle with this and trying to get it just absolutely perfect. Just keep in mind, sometimes good enough is good enough. It doesn't always have to be perfect. We want to make sure that corner's on the line. You can push tab as well to go to the next arrow or the next box. And I was looking at this one, it just needed a little bit of adjustment. Okay, now don't worry that these squares are not aligning. We're gonna measure these sides and those squares are going to align a lot better. But I do want to make sure I have those corners. They're 90 degrees. I'm using the lines on my mat to help me that those are 90 degrees here. So let's get out our measuring tape, and now I'm going to measure from one side of the rectangle to the other side to get the width of my rectangle. So let's start here. And this is 46. So I'm going to come over back to my computer screen. And let's bring that menu down. And right here where it says width, I'm going to go ahead and type in 46. And now let's find the height. I'm going to need to hide that menu again so I can see my height. And that is 25. So let's go ahead and put 25 in there. 25 is my height. Okay, let's check how it's looking. And now I can see it's lining up right with my mat. It's inches by inches. It's right on those lines. And if you do see any kind of dipping or bowing, it could be that your table is not perfectly flat or your cutting mat is warped. If it just has a little bit of bowing in there and it's not lining up, that could be the issue. Now, if you're seeing just a slight, it's hard to see here. Let me see if we can get in here and get a close-up of this. Okay. Now, in a close-up here, you could see the lines are slightly off. The lines are slightly off, and it's going to be okay. That is not going to mess up your calibration. I could come here and try to adjust this corner just a little, just to see if this helps a little bit. So let me go ahead and adjust that and see if that's going to help at all. And I can just click on that corner. And since I have my laptop, I could even bring it over here a little bit closer. And I could try just like using those arrow keys to bring it down and over just a tad and see if I can adjust it. And it did help a little bit. But again, don't spend so long fiddling that you don't ever get to sew. Okay, this is looking great. This is a good calibration. Even though you might see just that's less than a millimeter, it's not going to make a difference on your pattern. My cutting of my paper pattern is not even that accurate. So we are looking accurate. It's all aligning up on there. So it is looking great. We're having it calibrated. Okay. Now, if at any time, I get this question all the time, is I've moved my cutting mat, like I moved this and it's not lining up. Just because you move this table horizontally or vertically doesn't mean that your calibration is off. If you just take your quilting ruler you can always double check that it is still on. And I can line this up and I can still see that the black lines are still lining up accurately. This is still calibrated. Just because I moved my mat and it looks off on my mat, the size of the image is still square and it's still projecting in the correct size. You just happen to have bumped your table, and that's not going to throw off your calibration. Okay? Even though it may look like it on your mat, take your ruler, double check it. We are now ready to go ahead and project patterns, and they will be projected in accurate scale and size. And even though it might look different on your screen, if your screen is kind of skewed, that just means your projector was a little bit tilted. But this is calibrated, it's ready to go, and you are ready to cut out your first sewing pattern using your projector. Now, if you're having any trouble getting your projector calibrated for sewing, head over to the Projectors for Sewing Facebook group. The folks over there are very helpful. Or if you just want a second opinion to see if your calibration looks good. If you want more in-depth help getting started, choosing a projector, choosing a mount, calibrating a lot of the little questions that come up when you're just starting using a projector for sewing, you might want to consider my Master Projector Sewing course, the Complete Projector Confidence course. It's going to take all those questions and answer them in one little neat bundle that will take you from using paper patterns to using a projector for sewing with confidence. As always, thank you for joining me today on learning how to calibrate your projector for sewing. Thanks.